Hello guys. Um to my YouTube channel. It's been a while. We're going to be doing a birthday flyer, which I've done probably, but I know that many of you guys will request for a tutorial, so I'm doing a tutorial ahead of time, and so that you guys can get the tutorial when I put design on my social media, how I achieve design. I'm going to be creating a new file. Have to size and click on it. So in the background, you can see I use this background. I use like I think two backgrounds for this. Yeah, downloaded Pinterest. Actually, I downloaded all the background. So this is the background. I used AI ChatGPT to modify it because there were some write-ups on it, so I just removed write-up and decided to use this background because I saw a picture of Dunsinoika, this one, and I just thought it would be nice if I place it somewhere here. So when I saw this background on Pinterest, I thought it's going to be nice. Yeah, that's why I decided to use the background. So I'm just going to place my image here. But just make sure that the cutout part is covered. I'm going to let me use my transform tool and arrange it well. Anyways, we're still going to add a gradient there. So yeah, this design I used I think 2 hours or so for this design, and I'm also going to be doing a tutorial on how I achieve this design. So anticipate guys, because I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how I achieve design after on my next tutorial, maybe after my exams. Let's continue with this one. So firstly, I'm going to be putting pictures behind here, so I have to cut out this building. Normally I'll use the quick selection tool, but it was giving me a rough edge, so I had to use let's enhance to remove the background, and this was what I got. That was what I want, and I can even bring it down here because it looks. Let me bring in my second background I used, which is this one, this one, and here, and I'll go to my selection tool, Ali Ibrahima, blur out this area. Just is okay. I think we can move it a little bit, but this one was a little bit up, so take it up. I'm going to blur out this. So yeah, now the next thing to do is to add other pictures and place them. So I used this shape, just not because of I like the color or anything of the length. I just wanted like it was the accurate shape I want. Even though I could create this shape with my rectangle, I just like the measurement. That was why I used this shape. So now I'm going to actually, let me see if I can duplicate this one and move this behind. Yeah, this is how it's going to be. Just that it's going to be not going to be there. Let's see. Line front. This background supposed to be at the base, or or and just here, supposed to be there, and this one to be in front here like this. I think we're going to remove this area. We just need this building, so we are going to remove this part and this part. We need only the building, but you won't notice because they are in the same position. So yeah, you won't notice these areas, but I'm erasing them. And I'm going to bring in this one here, and I'm going to bring in my picture, the picture I use, which is, and I'm going to, yeah, going to create clipping marks. You can see this is the picture I use. It's still a little bit bigger. We need to increase it and up. So just select it, take it up, and I'm also going to change the perspective, something like this. Yeah, and now I'm going to bring in the eagle. It was just a bonus idea towards the ending of the design, just to add here. So if you want, you can just, you know, exclude it or don't bother add it, but it still looks good though. Yeah, you can just add something like that there. Now we're going to be duplicating the adding other direction. Just joining, you're welcome. So there was one here. Doesn't need to be too big. I see it's even smaller, so bring this one. I think it's going to be, yeah. And now I'm going to bring in the picture I used here, and I'm going to change the perspective a little bit of the shape perspective. It's click mark. Yeah, this position is okay. What next? What next? Okay, I'm going to add in another shape. This one, just read it here. You can see it was small. I'm going to add the black and white picture where it's rain. And I got these pictures from Pinterest. If you want to recreate this design, I'm going to be leaving the resources in the description. So by the end of this video, I'll be pasting a link in the, you can check it and get these resources that I'm using here. And also you can join my Telegram channel on checking my YouTube bio. You see my Telegram channel and my WhatsApp channel, so you can get notified whenever I'm going live on YouTube, and you'll be ready all my live sessions. Okay, so we're going to add a little one here to just going to duplicate and use very small, just small. You don't need to change the perspective of anyone at this direction. It's facing one, it has to face one direction, so it's not going to look. So I'm just going to use this one where he's facing upwards, upwards, but it's going to be reduced. If you reduce, you won't know whether it's him or not. You know, because he will know his picture if he sees it. So yeah, just going to do it something like this. And yeah, we're going somewhere. Actually going somewhere. So I think we're it's remaining one picture we have to add one more. I'm going to duplicate one and bring it. So this, I'm going to change the perspective, or I'm just going to flip horizontal instead of changing the size and everything. So you can see this glitch here. This is because we didn't erase part of the top one. We have to use it, or we just erase that one. And so I'm going to add the last picture, which is the one he's wearing the white. Initially I used the white one here, but because of the bright background it blended with it, so I had to change it with a darker picture, which is this one. So if you understand what I mean, the picture blended with it, so I could direction. That's why I had to just reduce it here, something. Okay, so now I'm going to add my text, which is um one of the part I struggled with a bit, because I'm still getting hold of this wrapping of text and positioning them. That's why we're going to do this. Okay, so I'm going to write his name, and of course it's going to be in front. So I'm just going to select this picture, erase everything apart from top the top part of this, the building. Erase everything around here apart from the building. Just take it up a bit. Okay, and I'm going to arrange this now. Let me just increase it first. Well, I'm going to increase it. I think I'll use the right. I have to convert to smart objects first, so I can give and now I can control plus T, and I'm going to choose distort. So I'm going to use distort to just manually do this here, because perspective won't really. So I'm going to use this one to arrange it where I want. This part will be bigger. Sorry, this part will be bigger, while here will be smaller, some narrow, like that. So yes, something similar to this, but we still have things to do. So I'm just going to use my perspective and make it flat, but you can see that this one is not visible like this one, but this one looks a bit more realistic. Yes, so you might not really get the perfect. I think the positioning of this one looks better. I'm still going to change this to ballet. Yeah, I think the positioning of this looks much better. So but it's just that you have to struggle to view the text and something like that. So I'm going to select this picture and add a layer under this picture. So I'll create a layer and put it under. I'm creating this layer for the shadow, that you're seeing under hand here, and so yeah. I wasn't able to go live while designing this because um, I was not in a good environment to go live. That's why I didn't go, but I had to do a tutorial because I know it's going to be requested and many of you will want to know how this was. Yeah, that's why. Because I know many of you want to see the processes and stuff, even though it's going to take many hours, maybe 1 or 2 hours. But that's the reason. So I'm just going to select the layer I created, and I'm going to choose. I already have some default sizes here, but you can reshape it here. You can reshape it to any size you want and reduce the size here. So I'm just going to put one here. I think, let me just delete this layer and move this back. I think he's I think, yeah, this was what I did to his body. That was why this area blended. I kind of moved it forward. So now I can create a layer. Let me just adjust this text. I'm going to create a layer under, select my brush, create my shadow, maybe add one more to make it here too. I didn't even add in this. I don't think I add in this area. I have to go. Yeah, you won't even see it because you can see the difference, the lightning and everything. You still go over that. Going to add shadow under, and yeah, it's the depth looks stronger now. We can leave that. I think we're done with everything about the pictures. So now I'm going to be bringing in this one, which I have to figure out how I placed it. Yeah, I remember how I placed it, but I moved it back. Still left some front. How was it? So this was how it was, but this I brought it up here. So I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to duplicate this and I'm going to bring it at the top of this here. When I bring it, I'm going to erase the part I don't want. Is this part, this part. I'm just going to leave here. So here is in, here is out, and yeah, that's all. And I'm going to bring in the gold stuff. Going to be in front. Next one here, I'm just going to duplicate this again. One here, I'm just going to duplicate this again. One, and I'm going to one, and I'm going to duplicate it and bring it. Don't think I need this area. Raise this area, and yeah, guys, if you're just joining, you're welcome. Okay, now I'm going to be editing the pictures before bringing in my lens flares. So let me bring in my camera raw, or my camera raw field. Going to the exposure, contrast, the clarity, vibrance. Then we're going to go over to detail, sharpening, and noise reduction. Very important. Now we're going to do the same for everything. We're going to rasterize layer and camera raw. When you rasterize the picture, it's going to take the same settings you used for the first one. So you just have to rasterize the layers for it to work. You rasterize first and click on the top camera filter. I'm going to rasterize the last one, camera raw. Yeah, and I think I'm almost forgetting one picture, which is the right one. I wanted this to come last because it takes a lot of space and it won't let you do your work. That's why I wanted this to come. Just put here, and but in some cases you have to move it back, like this area where it's going to be touching the building. This one has to go back, so I'm going to move it below the building. You can see it's no longer there. All these parts that you don't really see much of it, you can just add a little, or you can take it down a little bit, like this, and Ctrl G. Going to add something here. Ctrl J again. Okay, so pretty much done almost everything. Now I'm going to add his name in the font, every other thing. So I use the Amsterdam font. I use white color. Just going to increase this, and it's going to be at the top, really at the top, but in front. I'm going to write don't. The first letter is going to be capital, just for the, and you can leave it at this size, it's okay. So I'm going to use the Cinzel font, just like a royal font. I'm going to write, what the, like, it is, ah, so you can but just make sure it's positioned in the area where it's a bit dark so it can be seen, something like this. And you can write your name somewhere here, and so going to write birthday, and going to change this and reduce it to base. And I'm going to arrange this ribbon looking scatter. Should I say scatter? Let me delete this one. Let me arrange this properly. Let me remove this and bring in a new one, or maybe we could just leave it like, you know, going to do some damage. You can see how this is, that what is the Now I get it. And it's at the back of how it is. Perfect is. Get it? And it still has to come backwards in front of the let's do this. A. Coming back here, going to be covered. Yeah, we can leave it like. Why it's doing this is because I used to remove the background of this just to make this neat. In the previous design, I used the one which was a bit blurry, so that's why. Let me see if there's a way we can bring this front. It is almost blending with the one behind. Yeah, it's okay now because it just there's a little space there which the both designs can blend. So we have this now. I'm going to duplicate this one and bring it at the top, up one there. I'm going to select my eraser tool again, erase this area, erase all the part I don't need, and this part will be left out. So that's it. And this one just feel to you can see it's even clear like this. And just obstructing, and I can blur the edges well, so it's not going to be and I think lastly you're going to add this one here. One, this you can download it in a PNG format, or you could just create it. Going to put it here, and last but not the least, I'm going to add this here at the top of all design. This is just to color grade my design because it's having mixture of blue and gold, so I had to search for this on Pinterest. You can see these are other options. I just chose this one, and I'm going to move it and going to change the blur to Gaussian blur. I'm going to change the effect to like overlay or soft light, but overlay looks kind of better. And let's move it up a little bit and reduce it. Okay, so you can see the lightning effect here. You can see the difference. That's the difference. You can reduce it or increase it the way you want. So yeah guys, this is how I achieved this design. Hope you learned from it. Nothing much to do, you can see obviously. So yeah, you can also do the same, and I'll be dropping this in the description so you can try it out. Bye, and I'll